this anime season we got a lot of emotional animes, and one of them that I just finished watching, uh, it finished on like Monday or whatever, but or airing on Monday, and called Koikimo, and it's I liked it. When I first saw the trailer, I was like, "What? Okay then, sounds up my alley somehow." So basically, it is a romantic comedy, and our main character is Ichika and Ryo. And Ryo is older, I think by at least 10 years. Um, like I just looked. I wasn't really looking for that. I was looking to see like how many episodes the show is gonna have because what I just watched felt like like the last episode. But sometimes you think it is and it's not. It is. It's 12 episodes. It's on Crunchyroll. And if like when you search stuff on Google, sometimes it'll like have related questions for you to search or whatever. And it was, how old is so and so? And I guess Ichika is 17 and he's 27. So yeah, it's an age gap show, and yes, she is still in high school. So it's very much a kind of a cringe, kind of a like, I know there's probably different laws in Japan, but yeah, I did find it a little creepy, but at the same time, I'm just like, it's just an anime, dude. It's just an anime. You can get past that. Now, if this is real life, we'd have a problem. But like, it's an anime. Just don't freak out. And, if it wasn't for that, then otherwise, I'm not really creeped out by it. But so yeah, if that creeps you out, bothers you, I can totally understand if you're just like, yeah, I don't want to support that kind of thing, whether it's good or bad. But yeah, so there's that, and basically he's kind of like this playboy, but he's not like the kind you'd think. Like, what do you think? I'm sorry, I was crying. My last episode was emotional. So yeah, it's not what you think, where you're just like, oh, he's like always toying with women. Like, no, it's pretty obvious he's only going for one night stands, and it never really like we don't really get much information, but it seems like it's pretty obvious he was never with anyone. He never dated anyone. He never asked anyone out. It was always just one night stands. And basically, what it is it starts off with like he's at the train station going down the stairs, and no, I'm sorry, like we catch him uh after a one night stand, and he's leaving the girl's house, and he's at the train station going down the stairs, and he's kind of like a little lightheaded or something, and he falls down, and a girl in high school uniform, of course, Ichika, catches him with her umbrella before he falls down the stairs. And she's like, oh my god, are you okay? I'm sorry, like, I fucking strangled you there, but she didn't swear. But she's like, I didn't know what else to do. And he's like, oh, no, thank you. And she's like, hey, you look kind of pale, are you okay? He's like, oh, yeah. And she's like, you know what, here, just take my lunch, and, that'll give you something to eat. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm late for school. And, of course, he's just like, okay, well. And he gets to work, and then he's about to, like, throw away her lunch. And then he kind of, like, and just like eats it or whatever. Like he well, I don't know if he eats it. He's holding it over a trash can, and then he brings it back to his desk. And he gets home, and there's this blonde-haired girl that's his little sister. I don't know why I'm telling you her hair color. Um, a little weird, but yeah. And she's like, "Oh hey, I have a friend over. Welcome home." And he's like, oh, okay. And he goes into the living room, and lo and behold, on the couch is Ichika. She is his little sister's best friend. And he decides to kind of jokingly say, well, you saved my life, you want to kiss? And of course, she's like, you fucking creep. That's not the reason I saved you. And kind of like tells him off and is like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And he's just like, not used to that. So he's like, what? And then like, immediately falls in love with her. And of course she's just like, the fuck is wrong with this dude? So basically the whole show is like him trying to like woo her, and he like actually likes her, and then her kind of like not being okay with it, and then eventually kind of like realizing maybe he's a decent person, and then finally kind of like ending up in love with him. So it is a rom-com. I can understand why some people would be like way creeped out by this. But, like, that's the only problem for me is, like, the whole, like, she's still in high school thing. Like, granted, she is 17, and obviously she'll be out, like, next year, but still. It still kind of creeps me out, because obviously I live in America, and that's not okay here. But, other than that, if that wasn't a thing, then I really do like this show. He's very clingy, and very, like, I don't know how to describe this, but at the same time, I feel like this phrasing is accurate. Like a kicked puppy. I don't know how to explain that. But he's very, like, very adamant he loves her. Like, he's just some weird shit. Like, I think it was, like, was it the second episode, I think? Where she kind of, like, runs into him, and she's going to, like, the supermarket, and she's like, hey, can I borrow you for a second? Because she wants to get more than one thing of eggs. And I guess it's one carton per person, or whatever. And I've seen this in a few anime where they do something like that. Where it's, like, one item per customer. So she's like, yeah, thank you. And he's just like, I'm so happy. It's like, we're on a date. And she's like, you're a fucking idiot. And just, I really love this anime. I really enjoyed it. I recommend watching it unless it's something that, like, really does, you're just not okay with it. You don't want to support that kind of thing. Even if it's just in, like, a type of media rather than, like, actually happening. Which I totally understand. Because these shows definitely, like, make me... Like, part of me is just like, I don't like this because this. But at the same time... If that wasn't a thing, I wouldn't have a problem with anything else. Does that kind of make sense? But yeah, he's kind of cringy, and then we have other characters, like we have his sister, and then we have another boy that ends up liking her, and then there's a girl at work that likes Ryo, and then there's, like, his friend. And it's a very cute show. Like I said, it's a romantic comedy. There's a lot of cringe where you're just like, you're fucking creepy, dude. In fact, the last episode is You're Creepy is the name of the actual episode. But, so yeah, there's 12 episodes on Crunchyroll. As you can see, I was very emotional because I watched this, and I also watched, I think it's the second to last episode of Higehiro? And I guess the full name for that one is, I took a runaway, and I shaved, took a runaway. No, it was like, I was rejected, I shaved, and I took in a high school runaway or something. It's like, whatever the fuck the title is, which is also a Crunchyroll. I know I can't talk today. So, like, my nose is stuffed out because it's been stuffy for a while now. And, well, not stuffy, but kind of like where you keep blowing your nose and you feel like you never really got it all out. I know that sounds disgusting. And, of course, because I'm crying, well, I see my eyes are red. And, of course, raccoon, because I don't sleep. And oh god, when I cry, like, and then, like, nose is stuffed up and running, and just, so yeah, it's even worse, and now you can kind of hear it in my voice, so I apologize. And of course, my usual stumbling over my words, and I swear to god, if this is how I talk sober, what would I be like if I was drunk? I'm curious, but I'm probably never going to find out. Anyway, so yeah, I would definitely consider watching it if any of that sounded good to you. I really do think it's a cute show, and I think it is worth a watch if you can get past the certain things. Yeah. But yeah, it's good. Go watch it. Okay, I'm gonna wipe my face and remove this from my list because I'm done with it. And I don't know if there's gonna be more. I did just, like I said when I was searching for how many episodes it's gonna have. I guess the manga had 8 volumes and it's finished. So I don't know if there's like gonna be enough for another season or if it's just gonna end, as a 1-season anime. But either way, I would like more because I do like it. Even if it's just like an OVA or a movie or something, I would love that. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna go now. Bye.